Hello everyone, I'm Delancy. I'm Chinese and also a student of teacher Luke from Qingdao University of Technology. Today I would like to introduce some cultural forms of China to you all from three cultural theories: power distance index, long-term versus short-term orientations, and neutral versus emotional. China is a country with a relatively high power distance index, and I think the example that can better reflect this cultural characteristic of China is our traditional family culture. In China, elders always hold absolute power and the right to speak, and their decisions often have high authority. For instance, when it comes to arranging family gatherings during the Spring Festival, elders decide on the time, place, and the participants of the gathering, and younger generations usually respect and follow these decisions, rarely raising objections. Moreover, during a dinner party, there are strict rules regarding the seating positions of people of different ages. If you sit in the wrong position, it will seem somewhat impolite. Speaking of this, I'm reminded of a Chinese TV drama called The Pretender, in which the eldest sister character has absolute authority over her three younger brothers.
你居然背着我跑去那种龌龊的地方，花天酒地呀，被小包记者抓了个正着啊！跪下。
China is a typical country with a long-term oriented culture, which can be seen from its traditional culture. In China, there is a term called prepare for rain before it rains, 未雨绸缪, which means to close the doors and windows before it rains. It is a metaphor for making preparations in advance, and teaches people to have a long-term perspective and predict possible situations in advance. A specific example is Huawei, which has continuously invested a large amount of funds in technological research and development over the years, dedicated to enhancing the core competitiveness and brand influence of the enterprise, laying the foundation of a long-term leading position in the market. China is a country that tends to be emotionally neutral. In Chinese culture, people usually do not express their emotions too openly, especially in formal occasions and public settings. They pay more attention to maintaining restraint and composure. When facing success or setbacks, one responds with a composed and peaceful attitude, keeping emotions such as joy, anger, sorrow, and happiness hidden within. One does not express them through obvious means, such as large body movements or intense words, but focuses on handling affairs and interpersonal relationships with a rational and restrained attitude. This is also clearly reflected in Chinese literary and artistic works. For instance, in A Dream of the Red Mansions, one of the four great classical literatures of China, the relationship between Jia Baoyu and Lin Daiyu is expressed in a reserved and implicit way, yet it touches the hearts of the Chinese people deeply.
这个妹妹我见过，也越来越长了。你夜咳几遍，醒几次？今儿药吃了没有？好些了吗？这是多少饭？虽说太阳落下去，可是余热没散，你要中了暑怎么办？
太疼了。
不疼了，一看就不疼了。
The above are the three forms of Chinese culture that I want to introduce. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.